Hi everyone, Virgo Triad here again. It is September 12th, and this video is going to be with regards to the claims that are being made with regards to the certificate of live birth, birth certificates in all of the different states in the United States and Canada. Now, for the purpose of keeping this video short, I'm going to go ahead and stick to the United States today. We're going to go over what the claims are, what reality is, and how you can verify it. So I'm going to go ahead and just dive on in here and try to keep this video really short for y'all. This particular birth certificate is from the state of Louisiana. Each state has their own vital statistics office. Each state has their own type of birth certificate, and they change throughout the years depending on your age and what the company is that's printing the paper that does the impressions on a original birth certificate. Now, there's reasons behind why everything that we're going to be going over here are on here. And I'm going to make sure that everyone's aware of what the real reasons are behind these things. So we're going to go ahead and start right down here, which is the main claim that everyone is in a big uproar about. And that is the claim that because birth certificates that are handed out in the United States and Canada, the original ones and the copies, even though it's stated that many times if it's a copy, it's not on there, that is not true. Only if it is a copy that is made by a different state does the original information not all show up on your copy. But your original birth certificate, if ordered from the original state of birth, they're all going to have the printer's name. Now, the uproar is, the claim is that because this says American Banknote Company, and not all of them say American Banknote Company. Some of them say Colonial Banknote Company, and some of them say Midwest Banknote Company. Everyone is under the impression, or misdirecting others to be under the impression, that for some reason that means that they are bonds, that they are physical dollar amount monetized bonds that are able to be traded over a securities stock trade platform. This is absolutely pure, unadulterated BS. Some birth certificates are printed by a company called American Banknote Company. Some are by the Midwest Banknote Company, Colonial Banknote Company, and there's a couple more. And I'm about to show you who these companies are so that you can verify for yourself. Here is the website of the Colonial Banknote Company. You can find this at colonialbanknote.com. I will be putting this in the description for you so that you can look at it for yourself. There are only a few birth certificates that I have been able to find that actually use the Colonial Banknote Company. But for those that do, this is the website and this is the company. They, as you can see, are a security and Hallmark banknote printing company. They take care of certificates of origin, stock certificates, vital records, gift certificates, business checks, and college transcripts. The reason for this is so that they cannot easily be fraudulently printed out by a laser jet printer, okay? Laser jets are pretty advanced at this point. There's also something called 3D printing platforms. So all of the different raises and ripples that you find in a lot of the things that would be vital records, for example, it's going to be easier and easier to falsify those. And so they are taking measures to ensure, these are the companies that take measures to ensure that that does not happen, that there are actual secure hallmarks within the papers and the documents that can be checked to ensure that it is a real document. Now keep in mind, we're talking about a printing company. We are not talking about a bank. We are not talking about a securities and exchange area of finance within the United States or otherwise. We are talking about a printing company. You can do a lot of background check on them if you like. I'm going to leave the link in the description, as I said, and moving on to the next one. Here we are with the Yellow Pages directory. I just wanted to show you something additional. The Midwest Banknote Company in Plymouth, Michigan. Now, Plymouth, Michigan is not the only location that Midwest Banknote has a printing location, but you see they're under Printing Services Businesses. There's a telephone number for them. They are located at 46001 of 5 Mile Road in Plymouth, Michigan, 48170. They are in the business of providing services in the field of printing. This is verifiable. No reason at all to believe otherwise. And when we move on to the next group here, which is the one that is the most notorious, we've got the American Banknote Company. Now, I don't necessarily agree with everything that Wikipedia always says. So I very rarely will actually use them as a reference unless it's something quick and I have backup documentation. So today I'm going to use it because it's quick and I have backup documentation. The American Banknote Company, once again, is a major worldwide engraver of national currency and postage stamps. So they don't only do stock notes and bonds and birth certificates and death certificates. They also do money, okay? For the major amounts that we have to have in currency that has to be printed on a daily basis, it is absolutely necessary for a printing company to be involved in that. They are not directly printed out of a particular bank, as people seem to believe. So there is a specified engraving company that does this type of printing. Once again, it is for security to ensure that it is not easy to print up documents that can be used for fraudulent purposes. Moving on, we've got the abnote.com website, which is the American Bond Corporation, the American Banknote Company, and they have now upgraded their website to include all of the other things that they do on top of actual printing. They've gone into other areas too. Retail, hospitality, transit, education. They are the leading global supplier of secure documents, services, and solutions. If you have a credit card or an identity card or have received a gift or loyalty card or any other plastic card, chances are that you have used an AB Corp product. So they do not only do secure documents and services, they also do credit cards. This is the same as you would get in any of your debit cards, any of your credit cards, any of your EBT cards. It quite simply is a printing company that has branched out into other areas of commerce. And we're back to our birth certificate here. And the next thing that I want to go ahead and address is this number, which you're going to see up here on all live certificates of birth or birth certificates. And that is being called by the gurus a CUSIP number. That is absolutely 100% inaccurate in reality. It is not the same as a CUSIP number that you would find on a bond, as a CUSIP number is extremely specific. A CUSIP number always contains exactly 9 digits, and as you can see, even on this live certificate of birth, we only have a total of 6. Now, my birth certificate, for example, has a total of 13. So I'm letting you know right away that there's an inconsistency with this red number being a CUSIP number. Now, you can look up, and I will add the link to the video, what an actual CUSIP number is that they use on stocks and bonds, and what the parameters are in order to have a CUSIP number. But before we even get into that scenario, this is a serial number. Serial numbers are placed here for one very specific reason on any document that is a secured document, and that is that the serial number has to be placed in a database in order for when you go in to get your driver's license, they're going to type in that number. And the reason why is because it must be contained within the serial number database. If it is not, it is fraudulent. So they check the watermarks, they check the security areas, and most importantly, they check the serial number. So you are going to find that the serial numbers that are on each one of your birth certificates are going to have a different amount of numbers. People were not all born within the same decade. People were not all born within the same century always. I was born in the century prior to this one because I was born in 1971. However, I have a granddaughter who was born in 2013. So once again, they're different based upon the batch that they are pulled from. And this is very similar to what you're going to find on the back of your Social Security card. That happens to be an alphanumeric serial number, but that's all it is a serial number, and we're going to be getting into that in the next video. Now, I'm going to put the information on the CUSIP numbers so that you can look those up and see that those have to do only with bonds, stocks, and actual money notes. They have to be 9 digits. Do not apply to this document at all, and many, 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 many others. There may be a few birth certificates that have 9 digits, but regardless, they're all serial numbers. It blows it right out of the water. You will be able to look it up and see for yourself that the CUSIP has to be 9 digits. That's all I have for this one, you guys. If you have questions or comments, or I didn't make myself perfectly clear on something, please let me know. And next, I will be uploading today the information on your Social Security card, front and back, so that we can decipher the real meaning behind what that means and anything else that may be suggested to try to keep people from falling into holes on this whole thing. You guys take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.